We are here for you with team coverage this evening. Our Jim Geyer is out in the chase van right now. Also, Joe Galato will have the very latest on the wet and the heavy snow out there. Our Haley Herzog also at a local store with a report on who's stocking up with what. But first, let's check in with our chief meteorologist, David Young. And David, you've been telling us for a while now how bad it could get out there. What do you see tonight?
Oh, things still obviously quite bad. We're in the worst of the storm over the next several hours. That's the view from above, but let's take a look at the view from our tower cam. This is our WLNS tower cam right now. Live conditions, you can barely see 127 out there. The snowfall coming down at a moderate to a heavy rate this afternoon. This is the storm system. It's off to our southwest, fairly strong area of low pressure. It continues to track towards the north and east. No surprise there. In fact, no real surprises this afternoon in what we've been telling you the past several days. Heavy snowfall across portions of mid-Michigan this afternoon. As we zoom in a little bit closer, you can see across Jackson County right now, heavy snowfall. It continues to come down fairly hard and heavy, and that is gently tracking off towards the north and northeast. Those little areas of blue, that is some very heavy snowfall. A little bit right now on the south side of Lansing, heading towards the north and the east, and also a little bit just north of Hillsdale. But again, these will reform and kind of die away. The bottom line is expect some treacherous conditions out there for the evening hours. There's a look at the warning we're under. We're all under the same advisory tonight. It is a winter storm warning in anticipation of several more inches of very heavy snowfall out there tonight and into very early tomorrow morning as well. Look at some of the preliminary snow totals just coming in, and these will change a lot through the evening hours. Hillsdale 5 inches, Pleasant Lake 4.5 inches. Potterville 4 inches as well, St. John's 2 inches, and these were taken a little while ago, so we've added to these significantly since then. Lansing was at 3 inches at least the time of this report, but again, we're adding to that at about 1 inch per hour. That's how heavy that snowfall is coming down out there this afternoon. Our social tracker, couple shots for you from Elizabeth Murphy showing the snowfall beginning in East Lansing. You see how it's piling up on those railings and things like that fairly quickly this afternoon. Another shot from Beth showing the yard already covered. It was totally bare yesterday and a totally different story out there this afternoon. Precision cast as we take you through the evening hours. Notice the snowfall continues to around 10 o'clock fairly heavy. After that, it begins to get a little bit lighter. So by around 2, 3 in the morning, it's a light to moderate snow, but then there's a lot of wind. It's already going to start to kick up for the evening hours. It only gets worse tonight. That could cause some problems in and of itself. Here's a time lapse. I took this coming into work this afternoon. I was going to show everybody the road conditions. Stop it right there. You see that red truck right in front of me? Don't be too deceived. Even the slush, it can be tough to drive on. Notice what's happening here. Spin out right in front of me on my way in this afternoon. Kind of had a close call as I was making my way into the station. The rest of my trek, as you see, I'm getting on 496 right here, and the roads weren't all that bad once I got to 496. But boy, those roads slushy now. That could become a bigger problem later this evening. Meteorologist Jim Geyer has been out. He's across Jackson County monitoring things this afternoon. Jim, what are you seeing out there?
Well, right now, David, I'm in the city of Jackson. I'm on West Avenue going north, just north of Michigan Avenue. And the roads here are pretty sloppy. Now, the downtown area actually was pretty good. Roads were mainly just wet. You get further and further away from the center of the city, and the roads do look like they're deteriorating just a little bit. You can see how kind of greasy and slushy the roads are right now driving through Jackson. And when I came down here from Lansing on 127, it was basically just one lane, and even that lane was crawling at about 35 to 40 miles per hour at best. So it's kind of deceiving on these roads. They look okay, but underneath some of this slush, we're starting to get some of that pack ice underneath it. It looks like things are beginning to freeze a little bit, so that's a bit of a concern too. Going to have to probably get another batch of salt thrown on some of the intersections as we continue to see the snow falling here in the city of Jackson. It's been a pretty steady pace all the time I've been down here, about a half hour to 45 minutes. So live from Jackson, I'm Jim Geyer, 6 News.
All right, Jim, we certainly appreciate that. One of the things we were worried about with this system was the snow that was coming in kind of horizontally. It was going to begin to accumulate against trees and things like that, and it's been doing that all afternoon. That begins to weigh down some of the trees, so as the winds pick up tonight, we actually could see some of those trees and or limbs that were weakened from our windstorm last week begin to maybe even come down, and that could cause some power disruptions out there. Joe Galato joining us outside in Lansing right now. I've been watching this situation. Joe, what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, you know, David, it's been a really, really windy day. And overall, over the past, I'd say 15 minutes, things have gotten much windier. And this snow is that heavy, wet snow, easy for snowballs. Also, you'll notice the tree next to me, the snow piling up on the tree. When you have that wet snow, it socks down the tree. When you have gusts up to 35 to 40 miles per hour, trees could fall also on power lines. So that's one thing we're going to track throughout the day. Another thing, we set up a live time-lapse webcam outside, and you'll notice that things since 9 a.m. have been moving on up snow-wise, as it was a slow start at first, but things have been improving, and we've been seeing heavy snow throughout the day, gusts all the way up to 30 miles per hour also, and you continue to notice that time-lapse build on up. We still have a lot more snow to go, so we're going to see more snow outside through the overnight into the morning, but it's going to dissipate.
This is Weather First from Storm Tracker 6, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
Well, this is really our first major winter storm of the winter season. We had some snow back in November, but this one's a heavy, wet snow. It's causing more problems than the snow we had back in November. Temperatures, as you can see, we're sitting very close to the freezing mark. As these numbers fall, it will get a little more icy out there tonight, and the roads will get a lot worse as the sun heads down and the temperatures begin to fall tonight. WLNS Tower Cam on our Skyview network. Visibility very low with moderate to heavy snowfall out there. Here are the live conditions right along Frandor and 127. The temperature, freezing mark now, so we're down to 32, another degree or so, and things will really begin to ice up. East winds around 8-9 miles per hour, wind chills mid-20s. Those winds will pick up this evening as well. There's the Grand Ledge Tower Cam. That's the bridge is right there, but you can't really see it. The visibility pretty low because of the heavy snowfall. Live conditions 33 degrees, so still a little slushy on the roads for the moment. Jackson Cam, this changed just since I looked at it a few minutes ago. The visibility was improved quite a bit. Now it's lower again as heavy snow moves back in. But you see the roads are not snow covered, at least yet. Temperature 32 though on the Jackson Cam. North winds now 18, so a wind chill down to 20 degrees, getting quite cold out there. Notice the temperatures, as I said, very close to the freezing mark. Now down to 31 in Lansing, 33 still St. John's, 32 in Owasso. So these numbers are critical as far as when we start to see some ice form. We'll begin to see that happen over the next couple of hours. Here's the broader perspective on the watches and warnings that we have. Of course, we're under the winter storm warning tonight and into the first half of tomorrow. More wind to the southwest, so there are blizzard warnings currently in effect. So it does get worse across parts of the Midwest and Great Lakes region today. Our storm system sits to the south and southeast of us. It'll continue to trek towards the north and east. This is the view right now out of Chicago. You can't even see. That's the skyline off in the distance. The snow's still heavy across Chicago. You start to head further east. This is the Michigan State campus right now. Visibility's not too bad. The road's slushy and/or getting snow covered. And then as you head even further east, this is over towards Detroit, where we've got some lighter snow for the moment coming down. The other side of this, if you have to fly, call ahead. Check out the cancellations and/or delays today. Over 3,000 flight delays, over 1,600 cancellations, and you can see Chicago O'Hare leading that list with close to 400 cancellations today. So if you have to travel either tonight or tomorrow, I certainly would call ahead. Precision cast tonight through tomorrow morning. We'll continue with snowfall through around midnight. We'll have some snow tomorrow morning, but it'll be a lot lighter. The wind will be the story in the morning, around 50 to 25, gusting around 35 miles per hour. As we move through the day into the afternoon, conditions do improve quite a bit from noon through 5 o'clock. In fact, we may even get a little sunshine out there tomorrow afternoon, and the winds begin to get a little bit lighter by tomorrow evening. As we move through Thursday night and into Friday, we are worried about a system over the weekend, but it's not going to be all that cold for that system. So as it moves in, it may be in the form of rain. You see, through Friday at least, things are still in pretty good shape. So we're talking probably into Sunday before that next system begins to move into the area. So we look out in terms of the snowfall accumulation. Additional overnight tonight. Another 4, 5, 6 inches, which will bring the total to around 6 to 10 inches across central mid-Michigan, maybe even a little bit more as you head over towards Flint. We're talking 10, 11, 12 inches of snowfall. Forecast for tonight, snow. It will be heavy early and windy this evening. North winds 15 to 25, but gusting to around 35 miles per hour. So power disruptions are a possibility. 29 the overnight low. That's where we'll be tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Temperature at noon is up to 30 degrees. Northwest winds 15 to 25. And a high tomorrow pretty close to the freezing mark. So it's not all that cold behind this system. I guess that's the only upside. 30 the high on Friday. As we head into Saturday, mostly sunny, and it looks like mainly rain Sunday afternoon. Could give way to a little light accumulation by Sunday night. Monday and Tuesday, high temperatures in the mid-30s. Time for a look at our traffic tracker, and it has been busy this afternoon as well. Look at all the accidents over towards Flint and Detroit. That's where the heaviest snowfall has been. But like 96, I mean, look at that. N69, lots of yellows and reds showing up. That's because of some of the heavier snowfall out there. There's the Okemos Road exit. There's not a lot of cars out, thankfully, and roads aren't in horrible shape, but you're getting some of that heavy snowfall. Our own local roads, same story. Lots of yellows and reds up and down 127 and Saginaw, places like that. There's a look right now at the Trowbridge exit in 496. You can see cars doing okay. No major accidents out there, but I have seen quite a few slide-offs, as you saw earlier on my time lapse. That was incredible. I'm doing that to kind of show the road conditions, Jane, as I'm driving in, and this truck spins out right in front of me on some of that slush. You've got to be careful out there, don't you?
It is scary. Yep, we take it all very seriously, and you can get all of these great forecasts in a week, can't you?
You can, thanks to the Storm Tracker 6 weather app. It is free and ready for you to download right now. Did I mention free? It's on Google Play and the App Store for iPhones.
That's right.
Just head to WLNS.com, click on the app icon to get started.
I know. I love the weather one and the traffic tracker. Those are my favorite. It's
yeah,
so
and
great.
The traffic tracker is on the news app now. The weather app's got your radar. We got you covered from every angle.
There you go. Well, thanks, David. And coming up right here, we're going to